Now coming to the Ohm's law. Before solving some problems, the basic laws we have to know. Popularly we are using Ohm's law and Kirchhoff's laws. Coming to Ohm's law, the current is directly proportional to the potential difference V, voltage. I already told you in the previous classes, water flow is a current, potential difference is the energy. If this is more, current is also more. If you want to avoid this proportionality, we can go for a proportionality constant. I is equals to 1 by R into V. That is, I is equals to V by R. Of course, this is very simple things, as you know. But what happened here? While applying Ohm's law, the temperature remains constant. Current is directly proportional to the potential difference and temperature remains constant. Similarly, you see, how can you write this equation? I is equals to 1 by R is nothing but G, conductance, into V. This is also other thing. Sir, this current and voltage are the scalars. If you go for vector analysis, instead of current, what we are going to consider? Current to density. Current to density J is directly proportional to the electrical intensity E. The current density. Instead of current, we got a current density. Instead of voltage, we got a electrical intensity. To avoid this, what we are going to do here? And J is equal to sigma E. What is sigma is called? Sigma is called as conductivity. Sigma is called conductivity and J is called current density and E is called electrical intensity. Electrical intensity. But this Ohm's law, this one is Ohm's law, this one is also Ohm's law. This is the Ohm's law applicable to electromagnetic fields, that is for vector analysis, vector based. This is for based on scalar. When we are talking about electromagnetic fields, we are using this relation. When we are talking about electrical circuits, most of the cases we are using this relation. And based on the inductor and capacitor also, V is equals to L into di by dt. And I is equal to C into dV by dt. Like that. If it is a first form, this is a second form, this is a third form. Like that. Number of forms are there. These are all belongs to, what is that? Ohm's law based formulas. But what is the limitation? What is the limitation for Ohm's law? Ohm's law is not applicable to non-linear circuits or non-linear elements. This is an important point. Ohm's law is not applicable to non-linear elements or circuits. For example, if you take diode, diode is a non-linear element. The VI characteristics are not linear. If you see here, this is voltage and this one is current, the characteristics are not linear. According to Ohm's law, the character should be, VI characteristics should be linear, then only it is applicable. Here, Ohm's law is not applicable. So this is one of the limitation for Ohm's law. And while applying Ohm's law, we know that the temperature remains constant. The other one, we have Kirchhoff's laws. In Kirchhoff's laws, we have Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law. Sir, once if you know the student about Kirchhoff's current law and voltage law, the mesh and nodal analysis will becomes more easier. Once if you know the mesh and nodal analysis, network theorems becomes more and more easier. Finally, electrical circuits becomes dead easy by knowing Kirchhoff's laws properly, by implementing the Kirchhoff's laws regularly in our circuits. Basically, for any engineering student to analyze electrical circuits, he must be very thorough about the Kirchhoff's laws. Of course, knowing the law statement is not enough. Whenever the problem is given, how to solve by using either by KCL, either by KVL. Of course, Ohm's law is also required. That is not a problem. I is equal to V by R. But what is the Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law? You see, Kirchhoff's current law, that is KCL, and other one is KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. I don't want to write because I written here Kirchhoff's voltage law. Kirchhoff's current law is also called as, point law. Kirchhoff's current law is also called as point law. Kirchhoff's voltage law is called as mesh law because it is based on the closed path. Hence it is called mesh law. Generally, Kirchhoff's current law is based on law of conservation of charge. This is very, very important point. Law of conservation of charge. Sir, Kirchhoff's voltage law is based on law of conservation of energy. What is that? Law of conservation of energy. Are you find the point? What I told you? Law of conservation of charge, law of conservation of energy. What law of conservation of charge? Charge cannot be stored at a point. What is the law of conservation of energy? Energy neither be created nor destroyed. That is the, it is based on law of conservation of charge. Sir, what it tells? What Kirchhoff's current law will tells? The algebraic sum of the currents meeting at a junction is equals to 0. For example, we have a number of branch elements is here. Some branch elements. May not be 4, 5, 6, something like that. Whatever you take. So here in this case, for example, the current coming is I1 and current leaving is I2. Current coming is I3. Current leaving is I4. Something like that. Sir, what is the conclusion? What is the current at this junction? Is 0. Because whatever the currents are incoming into the node, that current must leave from that node. That is what Kirchhoff's current law. It's the best example. When you take, I'll tell you the example later. You assuming that incoming currents are negative inside, because I told you algebraic sum of the currents meeting at a junction. Incoming currents are taking as a negative sign, minus I1, minus I3. These two are incoming currents, plus I2, plus I3, plus I4 is equals to 0. So, what is I2 plus I4? I2 plus I4. I2 and I4 are leaving, I1 and I3 are entering for this node, is equals to I1 plus I3. This is what a Kirchhoff's current law. So what is the I2 plus I4? These are the outgoing currents. Outgoing currents. What is I1 plus I3? Which is equals to incoming currents. Outgoing currents and the incoming currents. So the outgoing currents is equal to the incoming currents. Finally, algebraic sum of the currents meeting at a junction is equals to 0. So, for example, you know you are traveling somewhere, you can take one road, one junction. One junction if you take. In the junction, suppose how many vehicles will stand? Some road is coming here, some road is going like this. Finally, 4 roads are there. For 4 roads, one junction is there. How many vehicles will stand in the junction? No vehicles will stand in the junction. If the vehicles are standing in the junction, accident will happen. One vehicle is coming one side, some direction, it must leave into the some other direction. Suppose one vehicle is coming here, that vehicle must go like this. One vehicle is coming here, vehicle must go like this. This is what it is, a Kirchhoff's current law. So if you take the junction is here, this is some traffic junction is here. and we can have a roads. This is one road, this is another road, this is another road, this is another road. Some vehicles are coming from this road, some vehicles are coming from this road, some vehicles are coming from this road. All these three must leave from this node, and it should not come like this, because the resultant at this junction should be 0. That is very easy to simple to understand what is Kirchhoff's current law. Similarly, what the Kirchhoff's voltage law? I told you, energy neither be created nor destroyed, I told you. Sir, what is this one, sir? Whenever if you are talking about Kirchhoff's voltage law, we have to consider a closed path. So here you take the voltage. This is the source voltage. And we can have a resistance here. These are the resistances. What is this resistance? R1, R2, R3. Some current is flowing here. This is the some current is flowing here, I. This current I can call as I. Whenever current is entering here, this is plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. Where the entering terminal, all the terminals are considered as plus. Now you take some closed path. If you are moving from this point, what is the potential you got initially? Minus V. And go like this, what you got? Plus. What is this one? I into R1 plus. This is also plus. I into R2 plus. Again this is also plus. I into R3 is equals to 0. That is what the algebraic sum of the voltages must be equal to 0 in a closed path. What is this one? Now from this explanation what we got, China? I into R1 plus I into R2 plus I into R3 is equals to the voltage V. It means that all these are come under IR drops, and this is what? A voltage source. This is a voltage source. So whatever the source is given, that entire source voltage will be dropped across the resistances. Finally, the resultant voltage, including polarities, whether it is a drop or source, the resultant voltage will becomes to 0. For example, this is room. You take this is the room. Some source is there from this. Some door is here. Suppose 10 people are enter into this room. 10 people is the source. How many people are dropped here? 10 only. The source and drop together resultant is 0, because drop is in one side, source is another side. Because if 10 members are entered here, we should not get 11, we should not get 12. But while talking, this should be a closed path. This is a closed path. Like that we can calculate. Sir, Ohm's law has a limitation. What is the limitation of Ohm's law? Ohm's law is not applicable to nonlinear circuits. Then what is the limitation for Kirchhoff's laws? Kirchhoff's laws limitation is they are not applicable if the network is a distributed network. If the network is a distributed network. If the network is a lumped network, only we can apply. This is applicable only for lumped network. So the limitation of Kirchhoff's laws, either for KCL or KVL, this is not possible to apply for a distributed networks, but this is applicable for a lumped network. In the beginning class, I told you what is the difference between lumped and distributed. If you have any doubt, go through that back video also. I told you already. But I have a small doubt. Sir, can I apply this is for a nonlinear circuits? You need not worry. While applying Kirchhoff's laws, the network may be linear or nonlinear. It is not a problem. It is applicable for both linear or nonlinear networks. It can apply only for lumped network. It cannot be applied for distributed networks. So simply I will ask one question for you. For example, we have some voltage source of 10 volts here. Some resistance is here, some resistance is here, some resistance here. Sir, some voltage is 4 volts here, some voltage is 4 volts. Then what is the voltage here? Easily we can tell. If our source is 10 volts, drop must be equal to 10 volts. Hence, this should be a 2 volts. 4 plus 2. Easily we can tell that becomes 2 volts. Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. If you take, what is this voltage? Minus 10 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2 is equals to 0. All these are what? Drops, that is equal to source. Like that we can able to find whatever the unknown voltage. For example, if you take these currents are like this, it has 2 amperes, it has 4 amperes, it has 6 amperes. What is the current here? The current here is 0. Why? Because incoming currents are 2 amperes, outgoing current is 6 amperes. The current process through this one is 0 amperes. Like that we can have a very convenient explanation for Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law. Once again I am repeating, it is also called as point law. It is based on the law of conservation of charge. Algebraic sum of the currents is equal to 0. Kirchhoff's voltage law is also called as mesh law. It is based on law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy, and in any closed path sum of the EMFs and IR drops is equals to 0. The limitation of the Kirchhoff's law is they are not applicable to the distributed networks, they are applied for lumped networks. How can you determine a voltage in a closed path and currents in a branch elements? Easily we can. Now based on KCL, Kirchhoff's current law, a small question is given. This type of example, it is available in network analysis by Nagrath. That is the first book they given this type of example. I think you studied control system Nagrath. Similarly, there is a network analysis, solved problems are there. If you have time, go through it also. Some few examples you can get it in different examples. Anyhow, all the textbooks, whatever numerical problems are there, procedure, everything is available in videos. You need not worry about the textbooks. Now, coming here, what is the question is, what is the IL, current here IL? That is a question given. Observe that, what is the current at this junction? Should be 0, must be 0. What is the current here? 5 amperes is the incoming current. This is the incoming current is 5 amperes. Now, you check here, this is a 5 amperes. Sir, what is the current here? 5 volts divided by 5 ohms. This current is downwards or upwards? That also we have to know. What element it is? A passive element. In passive element, current is flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal. Hence, this current is downwards like this. How much current? 5 by 5, 1 ampere. All these 3 elements are passive elements only. So then direction of current is not be a problem. This is your direction of current. What about here? This is the direction of currents. Now how many incoming currents are there? You see, this is one incoming current to the node. This is another incoming current to the node. These two are leaving currents. So that, what is this one? 5 amperes. What is this current? Incoming currents you take. 5 amperes plus this is 1 ampere. This is incoming currents is equal to outgoing currents. What is this current? IC plus what is this current? You can say IL. Our duty is to find what is IL. We have to find IL. So only unknown parameter is what? IC. How can you get IC? This is the current through this one. IC formula, IC is equal to C into dV by dt. This is fundamental formula. What is C, sir? 1 farad. This is 1 farad into d by dt of 3 sin t. So if it becomes like 3 sin t, differentiation becomes like a cos t. So this is what your IC. So 6 is equals to 3 cos t plus IL. Hence IL is equals to 6 minus 3 cos t is the our answer. Is it clear? This is what way to obtain. Don't feel any complication. Inductor, capacitor, some sources, all these things are nothing is here. Only thing is that you should know current at this point is 0. And what are the incoming currents we have to know. What are the outgoing currents we have to know. But how this direction is selected, I already told you in the fundamental classes. Whenever it is a passive element, current is flowing from positive to negative terminal. For example, suppose if here is a negative, here is a negative, here is positive. Under that condition, what happened? Your IL is in this direction. When IL is in this direction, we have to write like this. 5 plus 1 plus IL is equal to IC. Like that we can going to obtain the required answer. Anyhow, take this problem. Try to solve some more examples also. Instead of this sin t, you can take as a 3 power of at, 3 power of bt, 3 power of e power of minus bt. Something like that. You take some examples and solve it. Get a better ideas.